Two, Pony Express, 1, 2. 1, 2.
Good evening, everyone.
And an enormous welcome to the city of Hobart, Nipaluna.
We're coming to you live from our handmade hyper arena here in the electric atmosphere of contemporary Art Tasmania. I'm Ian Sinclair.
I'm Lauren Kronemeyer.
And we are Pony Express.
Your self-appointed conceptual commentators,
Coaches,
athletes,
artists,
protesters,
ball boys,
pansexual pentathletes,
privileged millennials,
edgelords,
government-funded grifters,
scanners,
summer games snowflakes,
social justice weightlifters,
paranoid marathon showrunners.
And we are here today to abolish the Olympics for 2021 and forever.
It's time for our DIY deep dive into the unethical underbelly of the sports industrial complex.
This opening ceremony has literally been days in the making.
Well, that was certainly short and sweet.
Bless their hearts. I wonder what other live art tropes we'll see worked in among the 33 summer sports of this Olympic Games. And now we draw your attention to the passing of the flame.
It's certainly lit, Lauren. The Olympic torch relay was inspired by my ex-boyfriend, Prometheus, famous for regifting fire to humankind from the gods. The tradition began in Nazi Germany and remains haunted to this day.
Most recently, in Japan, the torch relay was responsible for the transmission of COVID-19 across the nation, as no less than 8 torchbearers were confirmed positive for the deadly virus, which is currently uniting humankind. Egregious displays of nationalism, anyone?
Abolish exploitation. Abolish corruption. Abolish gentrification. Abolish the sports industrial complex. Abolish single-use infrastructure. Abolish raising, bulldozing, scraping and stadiuming. Abolish the pageantry of dictatorships. Abolish the human sacrifice of 15-year-old girls. Abolish the pantomime of colonial narratives. Abolish mass white euphoria. Abolish mass housing. Abolish mass arrest systems. Abolish the suppression of protest. Abolish billion-dollar bidding. Abolish billion-dollar gift giving. Abolish ancient pyramid schemes. Abolish slush funds. Abolish trust funds. Abolish hush funds. Abolish slum funds. Abolish nature is healing. Abolish forced evictions. Abolish the Airbnb agenda. Abolish heroes. Abolish flags. Abolish borders. Abolish countries. Abolish the IOC. Abolish Pony Express.
Now here's Lauren Cronemeyer, hailing from Los Angeles, USA, and Ian Sinclair, hailing from Sydney, Australia.
How exciting. Sinclair weighing in at 110 kilograms.
90 kilograms.
Mm-hmm. I don't know metric.
Of course.
Weighing in at 95 kilograms. Ian, what do you remember about the Sydney 2000 Olympics?
Well, I guess my main memory is Ian Thorpe.
Yes.
Yes, because people in high school would bully me and call me Thorpey and Torpedo and to taunt me like that because, you know, we're similar in some ways.
Many ways.
Many ways. What about you, Lauren? What's your cherished Olympic memories?
Well, Ian, I was born after the 1984 Olympics in LA, but I do remember growing up in their shadow, the stadiums, driving along the 10, seeing the murals, and the forever trauma of the 1992 LA riots. I guess you could draw a line from the way that the police were militarized for the games in 1984 to the 1992 uprising that saw the city burn. The LAPD didn't fire the officers that it hired for the 84 games. They just found other ways to use them, terrorizing black communities. Those cops also didn't give back the crazy weapons that the government bought for them. It's almost like the Olympics are a perfect mechanism for expanding the powers of the police state, all under the cover of unity and harmony. Oh, look at that.
Oh, and the match is over, and oh my goodness, it's love all. Oh God, love all, isn't it?
Hi, Mr. Bach.
Hi. How are you doing?
Following on the earlier question about athletes' demands to speak out and protest for Black Lives, Black Lives Matter in LA is expressly opposed to the 2028 Olympics. How do you respond to theirs and other critiques that the Los Angeles Olympics and indeed all Olympics increase policing and surveillance and put marginalized groups in further danger? Thank you.
The Olympic Games, by uniting the athletes from 206 national Olympic committees plus the IOC refugee Olympic team, are maybe one of the most powerful demonstrations against discrimination there in this world. And furthermore, you know, in the Olympic world, we are going even beyond non-discrimination. Because for us it's about not only not discriminating or tolerating diversity. For us it's addressing these issues and trying to remedy these issues by having solidarity among all the diverse group of athletes, nations,
All right, kid, come on. Just one more. One more, okay? Go! Go!
Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself!
All right, come on. You good for 5 more seconds? You got it for 5 more seconds? All right, go!
Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself!
Come on! 5!
Stop hitting yourself!
3!
Stop hitting yourself!
2!
Stop hitting yourself!
1! Run! That's enough!
You said how important. Then no, you're going. Let's go. Thanks.
In order to win the battle against coronavirus, we need to stop this movement, and that is why we are calling for the Tokyo Games to be canceled.
In
There's a possibility that the South African and Indian variants could be spread around the world through the Olympics. And we also can't deny the possibility of a new variant being generated. If that happened, it would be called the Tokyo Olympics variant, and this would be condemned for the next 100 years as a foolish act of mankind.
There have been many anti-Olympics groups that have tried to negotiate, that have asked for reform, that have been told that they're going to get reform, and then reform doesn't happen. And it makes sense, right? Because the IOC, the local politicians, the business interests, the people who are driving this have no incentive to reform. And all of the things that we're mentioning, displacement, militarization, environmental degradation, these are not side effects. These are the plan. That's the intention. So they cannot be negotiated away.
When a city decides to host the Olympics, they also decide to import a number of problems. Problems that are not disputed by social science research. One of those is overspending. The Olympics bring etch-a-sketch economics, by which the initial price tag gets erased and then multiplied many times, typically at the cost of public money. Another trend is displacement. The working poor and marginalized tend to get displaced to make way for Olympic venues and infrastructure. A third trend we've seen, Olympics after Olympics, is the militarization of public space. The government uses the opportunity to get all the weapons that they would never be able to get during normal political times, all of the special laws that they would never be able to get during normal political times. And those weapons, those laws, stay on the books in the wake of the games and become part of everyday policing for everyday people in the Olympic city.
Her performance improved when her coach gave her testosterone injections. The banned drug helped her cut a remarkable 3 seconds off her personal best.
I did know it was an illegal drug, but Coach trained me well. He said how normal it was, and how everyone was doing it, and how it wouldn't be a problem.
And here comes Chronomire approaching the board. This will be her first attempt at high diving. How are we feeling about her chances? I can only imagine what's running through her head right now.
Well, if I was her, I'd probably be thinking about the colossal, standardized, globalized security models associated with the Olympics. She may be thinking about the heavy use of exclusionary zones around sports venues, the privatization of public space, the occupation of the commons by private security corporations, the militarization of local police forces.
It also looks like she's thinking about the huge mobilization of CCTV cameras and other surveillance technologies, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I'd say certainly. You can really see her considering how the security legacy of the Games sticks around long after the athletes go home.
Absolutely.
Yes, now she's thinking about how the Olympics function as a novel showroom for new surveillance tech, such as the Also K Reborg X model surveillance robot.
That's the robot designed to scan crowds and target individuals who are too jittery or have skin that's too red-tinted, as these are supposed to be signs that someone is about to commit a terrorist act.
And there she goes. Now she's thinking about the terrifying potential here for ableist, racist, and ethnic profiling. Wouldn't you say? There she goes.
Princess Anne was in the Olympics.
Which one's Princess Anne?
The one I love so much.
Okay.
And she was, she did equestrian and she, was really good at it.
Wasn't Lady Di making love to her horse trainer?
Yeah, it's like a very horsey family.
Very horsey family. Ah! Whoa. Hello.
Here we go.
Sounds like rich people problems.
Oh, it's fencing time.
Fencing time.
You know how to fence, right?
I do know how to fence, yes.
You learned from your fancy high school, right?
I did, yes.
Where the Kardashians went.
That's right. All right, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Is that good?
I think that's good.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
All right, so stay on the blue line. Good. You want to be nice and down in your knees like this, very flat, so that you minimize your target. And then to advance, you just creep back and forth like this.
Like a crab.
Yes, like a crab. And then when it's time to strike, you lunge at your target.
Okay.
All right, give it a go.
Yeah.
Give it a go. All right. Something like that. Try again.
Okay.
My fencing coach, when he was teaching us, he used to just strike us in the head, just when talking to us. Get us used to the feeling, you know?
Okay.
How's it feel?
Fine.
Do you like it?
Oh, okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Had enough? Oh, there you go. May I? Thank you. 1, 2, 3, go! All right, almost there. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
A couple of moments to go before the action gets underway. And what an Olympic final we are in for. France look to prove that they are still the top of the world handball. Denmark has imposed the pressure off them in a way. They go slow.
He's here to play. He's going to play rough. A living legend of the sport of judo. He's here to play. He's going to play rough, he's going to play tough, he hopes to defend his Olympic crown. Will Vinny Renier move from legendary status to immortal if he can go back to back with Olympic gold? He's in the white. The opponent from Japan is the number 2 in the world. This could not be better. Yoshi Arasawa, and just 24, that's how he did it.
swimmer goes in the water now. Volmer is as is Campbell for Australia. Work for plenty to be done here. World champion Elizabeth, her sister of course is the world record holder. And look at Bronte, power ahead, swimming beautifully. Goes up alongside Dana Volmer and starts now to set the race up for her big sister to bring it home to the Aussies.
We really need to move through at this point in time. This is a position we're not used to being in. Both swimmers under world record pace at this stage. Is looking sensational off that time. Mowing down Dana Volmer. This is where we want to be. We need to give Kate a good lead if we want to break this world record and take home this Olympic gold medal for the second time in the Olympics.
Brilliant performance by Bronte Campbell. She's done just that. Kickstand, weights, and in the water now. So the world record holder in the 100 freestyle in the water for Australia, swimming alongside one of the all-time greats already in Katie Ledecky. And look at her go. Kate Campbell clearing out the world record holder, using her technique, that great speed through the water, and at the moment, well clear of world record pace. They've got the Americans covered, 50 to swim. Come on, Kate.
She looks sensational at the moment. This is a 100 freestyle world record holder in the water at the moment, increasing her lead. Not enough fighting just yet. The other competition specialist is all going the same way now.
Now this for history. The sisters are going to win gold together. The Olympic champions.
And now Ziegler and Cromwell are headed to the tennis table and they seem to be budgeting.
How do you spend $50 billion for one event?
All I know is medals cost money and glory is not cheap.
Let us Pony Express. Since 1960, Olympic Games budgets
have exceeded by
172% on average. The Games always go over budget.
The Sydney 2000 Olympics
cost 6.9
billion AUD with an overrun cost of 90%.
The Rio de Janeiro Games in 2016 cost 18.84 billion AUD, a 352% cost overrun, and that is
shouldered by the taxpayers. The most expensive games
ever, the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics, a cost of $30.1 billion. Cost overrun of 289%.
That's right. Each event costing
307.3 million
AUD or 10.9
million AUD per athlete.
Sports is not cheap, but another is contemporary art.
The current cost of the Tokyo Olympics, $19,801,138,203.
Okay, they're going to need all the single-use infrastructure.
Let's have a stadium,
a velodrome,
a pool,
550,000 hotels,
a private prison,
track,
an Airbnb,
an
airport,
the Spice Girls,
the Greek gods,
fireworks,
cream washing,
an Airbnb,
500 volunteer dancing children.
YouTube
really wants the heart.
Well, good morning, Queensland. Well, today, of course, is very exciting news, and as Premier of our great state of Queensland, I'm very pleased to hear that the International Olympic Committee has moved us towards targeted dialogue. It's not Parliament yet. We're very excited by this development. It puts Queensland in the box seat, and I know that every level of government is absolutely united in working together to make this happen. And I'm very pleased that we'll be working with the mayors and the federal government to ensure that we get the funding to make this a reality. We already have 85% of the venues at the moment It's a new norm, which means it's a game changer.
We don't have to build huge stadiums that are not going to be used in the future.
And this gives us hope and opportunity as we
Shine on the wristband. Face each day with a smile. And everyone will enjoy it. And love our friendly style. Shine on, wristband. Shine on, shine on. Shine on, wristband. Shine on, shine on. Shine on, wristband. Shine on, shine on. Shine on, wristband.